Hello friends, welcome back to our weekly update session on current banking and financial awareness. Here these updates we are covering between 6th July to 15th July, which will be useful for your all upcoming banking and insurance related exams, especially for IAPS, RRB, PO, clerk and scale 1, scale 2 exams. So now let's start our session. Friends, the first question says which entity or entities has launched Reimagine campaign? So here the answer is FICCI and UNICEF. UNICEF, it is the United Nations International Children's Fund. India has partnered with Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry FICCI to launch this Reimagine campaign. We'll see about this Reimagine campaign. So for what purpose they have launched this Reimagine campaign? So this campaign will provide support to most vulnerable population and children due to COVID-19 pandemic, especially in India. So this campaign will provide support to most vulnerable population and children due to current COVID pandemic and its aftermath in India. So these both entities, FICCI and UNICEF, will take a corrective action plan and measure to reduce the losses caused due to this COVID-19 to all sectors, that is businesses, and it will boost employment also. So to provide financial support to these campaigns, the FICCI Socio-Economic Development Foundation also will provide its support in the form of cash and core assets also. So the main intention of this question is which entity has launched this Reimagine campaign? So question may ask like this, who has been launched this Reimagine campaign? So the answer is, so that one line answer is FICCI and UNICEF. So when it comes to static part, the FICCI headquarters, it is our New Delhi, and the headquarters of UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Fund, UNICEF, the headquarters of UNICEF is New York, United States. Friends, now next question says, on the occasion of 39th Foundation Day, NABARD announced rupees dash of refinancing scheme for banks and financial institutions. So on the occasion of 39th Foundation Day of NABARD, NABARD announced a rupees dash for refinancing scheme for banks and financial institutions. So the answer is 5,000 crore rupees. NABARD has refinancing 5,000 crore rupees to banks and financial institutions. So National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, on account of its 39th Foundation Day, they organized one campaign. That campaign name is Digital Chopal. So question may ask like this, who conducted this digital chopal? So answer is NABARD. So for how much? For 5,000 crore rupees, they are refinancing. They are giving refinance scheme to banks and financial institutions in India. So this year, it is the first version of this digital chopal. So this digital chopal was conducted by video conference and was participated by various entities with whom NABARD has signed these projects. So from that 5,000 crore rupees allotted to refinance scheme for banks and financial institutions, out of that 2,150 crore will be used for watershed development projects in India. So the participating members shared their experience about the projects they are involved in this NABARD, like watersheds. Also, on the occasion of this 39th Foundation Day, NABARD announced 5,000 crore rupees for refinance scheme for banks and financial institutions. Also, NABARD announced another 5,000 crore rupees for primary agriculture and credit societies. So, present in India, there are 5,000 primary agriculture societies are there. So next year, by 2022, they are planning to increase 15,000, and coming next year, that is 2023, their plan is to increase this PACS to 15,000. So here the answer is 5,000 crore rupees. NABARD has refinancing to banks and financial institutions. So when it comes to study part of this question, the headquarters of NABARD, it is Mumbai. The present NABARD chairman is Mr. G.R. Chintala. Now next question says, in partnership with whom Visa has launched Visa Secure Technology. I will repeat question once again. In partnership with whom Visa has launched this Visa Secure Technology. So here the answer is Federal Bank, the payment technology global holder, Visa. Visa, it is a payment technology global holder. This Visa has come up with partnership with our Kerala based private sector bank, Federal Bank to launch a modernized technology to bank account holders to carry out safe banking transactions. So to carry out safe banking transactions, this Visa has partnered with Visa company with Federal Bank for carrying out safe banking transactions. So the technology name is Visa Secure. So with the help of this Visa Secure, the user will get an additional authentication cover so that they can carry out fraudless and safe online transactions. I'll repeat once again. With the help of this Visa Secure technology, the user will get an additional authentication cover so that the users can carry out fraudless and safe online transactions. So this technology will enhance online payment security and will give an focus of the bank on customer centric digital solutions. I'll repeat once again, this technology will enhance online payment security and will give a focus of the bank on customer centric digital solutions. So this Visa Secure technology provides multiple payment channels like mobile and web, apps based, etc. So thus by giving better experience for online shopping in quick, simple and secure manner. So this Visa Secure follows standards of EMV3D Secure protocol and it's built on EMV technology so that the payments will be very secure. So when it comes to study part of this question, the headquarters of Federal Bank, it is Kerala, as I told, Alua. So this payment technology global holder, this Visa has come up with partnership with Federal Bank to launch this uh, Visa Secure technology. So the purpose of this Visa Secure technology is to carry out safe banking transactions. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. Now next question says Google has announced to invest dash in India with an aim to digitize the Indian economy. I'll repeat question once again. Google has announced to invest dash in India with an aim to digitize the Indian economy. So here the answer is 10 billion US dollars. The global tech giant Google has announced to invest 10 billion US dollars in India with an aim to digitize the Indian economy. So these funds are allotted under which scheme? Under Google for India Digitization Fund. So these funds allotted under Google for India Digitization Fund. So the announcement of this investment was made during the virtual meeting between our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Google CEO Sundar Pichai. Who is Google CEO? Google CEO name is Sundar Pichai. So the investment of USD, this 10 billion US dollars will be utilized by India for the coming 5 to 7 years under the digital platform to various sector of the Indian economy. So the primary focus of this digitalization will be on affordable access to Indian languages and enhancing this artificial intelligence in areas like health, agriculture and education, and also empowering businesses and developing new products and services. So the primary focus of this digitization will be affordable access to Indian languages and enhancing artificial intelligence in areas like health, agriculture and education, and also empowering businesses and developing new products and services. So they are investing Google 10 billion fund. They are allotting this much fund to under Google for India Digitization Fund. So when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of Google, California, United States, and present MD and Google CEO Sundar Pichai. Friends, now next question says which country has topped in terms of foreign direct investor in UK? So which country has topped in terms of FDIs in UK? So here the answer is United States. So UK government has released new data in Department of International Trade (DAT) Inward Investment Statistics Report 2019-20. So in that report, India became the second position and US became the first position in UK. So as per statistics analysis, India has become the second largest foreign direct investor in UK. The list is topped by, of course, United States. So as per the analysis, India has made an investment in 120 projects. India has made an investment in 120 projects in UK, and it has created around 5,000 plus new jobs in UK. So whereas the United States has invested 462 projects and has created 20,000 plus jobs in UK. So US has created 20,000 jobs in UK, and India has created 5,000 plus jobs in UK. So US invested in 462 projects, whereas India invested 120 projects in UK. So the question is, which country topped in terms of FDI in UK is here. The straight answer is United States. So India became the second position in this rank. Friends, the next question says, which organization launched ATL app development module for school children across the country? So ATL app development module launched by which organization for school children across the country? So the answer is Niti Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. Niti Aayog's Atal Innovation Mission is there. So this Atal Innovation Mission has launched this ATL app development module for school children across the country due to this COVID pandemic situation. This ATL app development module is an completely online course. It is completely online, that too free. This ATL app development module is completely free online course. It provides 6 project based learning modules. It provides 6 project based learning courses and online mentoring sessions with the help of which students can learn to build mobile apps in various Indian languages, and they can showcase their talent also. So this learning module included in it are launched with the guidance from Indian startup company Pledgemo. These courses module included in it are launched with the guidance from Indian startup company Pledgemo. So here the answer is Niti Aayog initiated this module. So when it comes to starting part of this question, the Niti Aayog headquarters New Delhi, and the present chairman of Niti Aayog, our Prime Minister Narendra Singh Modi, Narendra Modi ji, and our CEO of Niti Aayog, Amitabh Kant. Amitabh Kant, he is the present CEO of Niti Aayog and present chairman of Niti Aayog, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and the headquarters of Niti Aayog, New Delhi. Friends, the next question says, who will be the head of the panel Pandemic Risk Pool formed by IRDA? Recently, IRDA has framed one panel. That panel name is Pandemic Risk Pool. So the question is, who will be the head of that panel? So here the answer is our Suresh Mathur. The Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, IRDA, being the regulatory providing, has formed a panel, so which will examine the degree of convenience of pandemic risk pool. So this panel will be headed by our Suresh Mathur. He is the present executive director of IRDA. So this panel will be consisting of 9 members, so who are representative of well-known industries. So the panel will analyze various risks being faced by the insurance providers in India. So this panel will analyze the various risks being faced by insurance providers in India. So the risks include business interruption losses without concurrent material damage loss and employment loss, inadequacy in financing policies, etc. So, and this panel will submit the report within 8 weeks. The Indian Pandemic Risk Pool. So it is a panel. So this panel will submit this report to 8 weeks to the head of this panel. So the Indian Pandemic Risk Pool is responsible to provide guidance, assistance, and remedial measures. To whom? To the insurance companies during these situations like floods, earthquake, or pandemics like COVID-19. So all the assurity of claiming activities will be taken by this pool only. So the panel will also study the need of setting up pandemic risk pool, will recommend structure and operating model for the pool, and it will examine other related matters to subject also. So the IRDA, being the regulator provider, has formed this panel which will examine the degree of convenience of this pandemic risk pool. So the panel will analyze the various risks being faced by the insurance providers in India. So that is the main purpose of this panel. So the question is, who will head of this panel? The head of this panel is the executive director of IRDA. His name is Suresh Mathur. So when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of IRDA, Hyderabad. Telangana. Now next one says who has renewed MOU with International International Energy Agency IEA with an aim to focus on enhancing energy sector resilience in Asia and Pacific region. I'll repeat question once again. Who has renewed MOU with International Energy Agency? Who has renewed this memorandum of understanding with the International Energy Agency IEA with for the what purpose? With an aim to focus on enhancing energy sector resilience in Asia and Pacific region. So here the answer is Asian Development Bank, ADB Bank. So ADB Bank has made one MOU with IEA, International Energy Agency, with an aim to focus on enhancing energy sector resilience in Asia and Pacific region. So this MOU is renewed with an aim to further increase the collaboration on sustainability with focus on energy sector resilience in Asia and Pacific sector. So it is a key promoter of growth and human development, especially during recovery from the impacts of coronavirus pandemic. So the memorandum of understanding will pave the way to overcome the unique knowledge and bridge the experience gap that prevents the development of sustainable energy systems in Asian Development Bank's developing member countries. And it also enhances IES, International Energy Agency's data collection and capacity building efforts in Asia and Pacific region. So the MOU is renewed with an aim to further increase the collaboration on sustainability with focus on energy sector resilience in which region in Asia and Pacific region. So the answer is Asian Development Bank. When it comes to starting part of this question, the ADB headquarters it is Philippines and the president of ADB Asakwa and headquarters of IEA International Energy Agency France. Friends, I am providing this weekly updates from March month onwards. So, any one of you missed our previous months or weeks updates on this bank and financial news, so you can reach playlist section and take weekly updates playlist. So, there every week's banking and financial updates you could see. So, you can pick and watch it if you are missed. Now, next question says with whom CBDT Central Board of Direct Taxes has signed MOU for the purpose of data exchange. So here the answer is SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. CBDT has signed MOU with the SEBI for the purpose of data exchange between these two organizations. So upon signing this MOU, the both organizations will now able to transfer their data and share their information on the automatic and regular basis. So in order to carry out the regular exchange of data between these two entities for the purpose of carrying out their functions under the various laws, the data will be shared on request and suo motu basis. So to manage this initiative, the data exchange share group has been formed. So the data exchange share group will monitor this data exchange activities and will ensure effectiveness of data sharing mechanism. So here the answer is SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, sharing their data with CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. So when it comes to static part of this question, the CBDT said Central Board of Direct Taxes headquarters it is New Delhi, and the present chairman of the CBDT Pramod Chandra Modi. And when it comes to SEBI, the SEBI headquarters Mumbai, and present chairman of SEBI Ajay Tyagi ji. Now next one says which payment bank has launched Bhavishya saving account for minors? I'll repeat question once again. Which payment bank launched Bhavishya saving account for minors? So the answer is Fino Payments Bank Limited. Minors means account holders whose age is having less than 18 years. We are calling it as a minors. So the answer is Fino Payments Bank Limited. It is small. It is a payment bank. So the Bhavishya saving bank account is launched for the minors who are between the age group of 10 to 18 years. This saving account can be opened for minors and also their age between 10 to 18 years. So this saving account is launched with an aim to inculcate banking and saving habit in children. So the saving account is launched with an aim to inculcate banking and saving habit in children. So the account can be opened via electronic know your customer EKYC mode with no requirement of maintaining minimum monthly average balance. So then like it is zero account. So there is no need of maintaining, nor there is no requirement for maintaining this minimum monthly average balance. Also on opening the account, a free platinum RuPay debit card also will be given to this minor. So along with the savings account, so this Fino Payment Bank giving RuPay debit card also, that too free. So the minors are supposed to have mobile number for security purpose. When the minor becomes 18 years old, the account will be upgraded to a regular saving account after submission of re-KYC details. So the maximum limit for the account is 50,000 rupees only. Also the account can be utilized to take benefit of various government schemes for children also. So here the answer is Fino Payment Bank Limited launched this Bhavisya saving account scheme for minors. So now when it comes to starting part of this Fino Payment Banks, this headquarters of Fino Payment Bank is Mumbai, and the present MD and CEO of this Fino Payment Banks, his name is Rishi Gupta. Rishi Gupta. Now next one says, with which bank MasterCard has partnered to provide its customers an online real-time domestic and cross-border payment facility? So I'll repeat question once again. With which bank MasterCard has partnered to provide its customer an online real-time domestic and cross-border payment facility? So the answer is SBM Bank India. MasterCard has partnered with this SBM Bank India in order to provide its customers with an online real-time domestic and cross-border payment facility. So the online real-time payment facility will be done through this MasterCard Send. So MasterCard Send, it is an online payment facility. So with the help of this partnership, the customer will get benefit of quick, convenient and secure payment experience. So now when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of SBM Bank in India, it is Mumbai. The present MD and CEO of this SBM Bank, Siddharth Rath. So when it comes to MasterCard, the headquarters of MasterCard in New York in United States, and present CEO of MasterCard, Ajay Banga. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. Now next question says, which organization has sanctioned as financial support loan to Government of India for Namami Gange program? So Namami Gange program, so it has been initiated by Government of India. So for this purpose, the World International Organization has sanctioned a financial support to this Government of India for Namami Gange program. So the answer is World Bank. World Bank and Government of India has signed a loan agreement facility to financially support Namami Gange program. So this Namami Gange program aims to regenerate the Ganga river. So the loan amount of rupees, US dollars, 400 million US dollars has been sanctioned by World Bank to make Ganga a clean and healthy river. So the loan amount of 400 million US dollars has been sanctioned by World Bank to make Ganga a clean and healthy river. So the loan amount is 400 million US dollars comprises a loan of 381 million and a proposed guarantee up to 19 million. The loan amount will be utilized by India to develop and strengthen the management of this river basin, which is home to more than 500 million people. This Namami Ganga program is aims to regenerate the Ganga river. The loan amount of 400 million US dollars has been sanctioned by World Bank to make this Ganga as a clean and healthy river. So when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of World Bank, Washington DC, interested in the present World Bank President David Malpass. David Malpass. Now next one says, with whom CBSE has partnered with to provide training on digital safety to teachers and students. I'll repeat question once again. With whom CBSE has partnered to provide training on digital safety to teachers and students? So the answer is Facebook. So Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE has partnered with our tech giant Facebook to launch a training program for teachers and students on digital safety and online well-being. So the training program will be conducted for 3 weeks in which 10,000 teachers and 10,000 students will be trained. So this will be the first phase of training. So the training program will be conducted for 3 weeks in which 10,000 teachers and 10,000 students will be trained. So this will be the first phase of the training. So during the second phase, that 30 students will be 30,000 students will be providing training on digital safety. So the motto behind this initiative is to ensure digital safety. And nowadays schools are shut down due to COVID-19, this lockdown amidst COVID-19. So and the academic learning process is carried out via online platforms only. So due to this, Facebook has tied up with has partnered with CBSE to provide training on digital safety to teachers and students. Now next one says India first life insurance partners with whom to offer exclusive COVID-19 and hospital cash cover insurance facility. I'll repeat question once again. India first life insurance partners with whom to offer exclusive COVID-19 and hospital cash cover insurance facility. So here the answer is Bank of Baroda. So India's first life insurance partnered with this Bank of Baroda, our India's international bank, public sector bank, Bank of Baroda Financial Services Limited, to offer this group insurance cover. So the partnership will provide financial support to Bank of Baroda credit card supporters in order to carry out hospitalization on COVID-19 diagnosis. So the customers who will choose India First Life Insurance Hospital Care Plan will be able to avail financial benefits if diagnosed with COVID-19 positive. So the partnership offers COVID-19 diagnosis cash benefits or hospitalization cash benefit amounting to 5,000 rupees to 10,000. So between 5,000 and 10,000. So the cash benefit will be offered if hospitalized 2 or 4 times in a year. So this cash benefit will be offered if the patient is hospitalized for 2 or 4 times in a year. So here the answer is Bank of Baroda. So our India's first life insurance partners with India First Life Insurance, it is the insurance company name. So it is partnered with Bank of Baroda Financial Services Limited to offer group insurance cover. So the answer is Bank of Baroda. So now when it comes to starting part of this question, the headquarters of India First Life Insurance Company, the headquarters of this insurance company is Mumbai, and the headquarters of Bank of Baroda, it is Vadodara, Gujarat. Now next question says SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, restructures advisory committee on mutual funds under the chairmanship of whom? So recently SEBI has restructured their advisory committee on mutual funds. So under whom chairmanship this restructure is happening? So the answer is Usha Thorat. So Securities Exchange Board of India, the regulator of securities and commodity market in India. So this SEBI has reconstituted this committee, advising it on matters related to regulation and development of mutual funds industry by including 5 new members. So the new 20 members committee will be chaired by Usha Thorat. She is the former deputy governor of Reserve Bank of India. And the previous 15 members panel that formed in 2013 was headed by Janaki Balab. Janaki Balab, she earlier panel head, now present is Usha Thorat. So this Janaki Bala is also former chairman of SBA. He is SBA, the Securities Exchange Board of India, the regulator of securities and commodity market in India. This SEBI has restructured this committee, advising it on matters related to regulation and development of mutual funds industry by including 5 new members. So when it comes to SEBI headquarters, it is Mumbai, and present chairman of SEBI Ajay Tyagi. Friends, that was about weekly updates from 11th May to 24th May. So if you like this video, please like, comment and share. If you're not yet subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates to your mobile whenever I will upload new video. So thanks for watching. Jai Hind.